A gift is the transfer of value from yourself to another individual. When talking about finances, we often think of this as money or an investment. It is important to remember that this can include other assets such as property, artwork and jewellery, as well as anything else of considerable value. The first type of gift we're covering today are potentially exempt transfers. These are gifts that are made during your lifetime. They can be of unlimited value, but they are potentially subject to inheritance tax. The key aspect here is the date which you make that gift versus the date at which you subsequently pass away. If you live at least 7 years after the date of this gift, then this gift will be considered outside of your estate for inheritance tax purposes. However, if you die within that 7-year window after the date of making your gift, the gift will be considered back within your estate and may be subject to inheritance tax depending on the subsequent value of your estate. For this reason, it is very important you keep accurate record of the date that you make a gift, so that when your executor is dealing with your estate, they can confirm that the full 7-year window has been completed. As you can see, potentially exempt transfers do have their place and can be a very efficient way of making large gifts. But with that comes complications in terms of potential inheritance tax. It's always worth taking professional advice in this area. There are many other types of gifts that you can make that don't have these inheritance tax implications. The first of these gifts that we'll be looking at are your annual gift exemption allowances. This annual gift exemption gives each individual the ability to make gifts of up to £3,000 per tax year with no inheritance tax implications. This £3,000 exemption is available each tax year, but if you miss it for several tax years, you can't carry it forward. You can only carry it forward from one tax year to the next consecutive tax year. For example, if you hadn't made a £3,000 gift in 2019, you can choose to make gifts of £6,000 in 2020, as you would have 2 years' worth of exemption. The important thing with the annual gift exemption is that it gives you the ability to make a gift of £3,000 per tax year. You could split this between several individuals. However, it does not give you the ability to gift £3,000 to several different individuals. This is not the only exemption or allowance an individual has. There are also other options, such as wedding gifts. This gives an individual the ability to gift a sum of money to an individual when they get married. If you're gifting to your own children, you can give a gift of up to £5,000. If you're giving it to one of your grandchildren or great-grandchildren, a gift of up to £2,500. Or if you're giving it to a relative or friend, a gift of up to £1,000. Another allowance we have is the ability for gifts of £250 or less to be made to as many individuals as you choose. However, you must be careful with this allowance, as it is not something that can be used in conjunction with the £3,000 annual gift exemption or the wedding gifts. We have now covered several different ways to make lump sum gifts and one-off gifts within both your exemptions and ones that could be subject to inheritance tax. If you're fortunate enough to have excess income above the cost of your standard day-to-day living, you then have the ability to make gifts from this surplus. The gifts should be regular and should not affect your standard of living. Some good examples of this are regular payments into children's savings accounts, paying life insurance premiums on someone's behalf, or possibly assisting with school fees. Assuming these gifts are from excess income, they will be treated as exempt for inheritance tax purposes. If you would like to discuss gifts in further detail, please contact Ellis Bates. You will be put through to your local financial advisor, who will be happy to discuss your options with you.